For the people who say they want politics out of their music, here's why that can't be the case, especially now. Yesterday, two of the largest American performing rights organizations, ASCAP and BMI, along with a Canadian organization, agreed to have policies that accept the musical compositions that were created with AI. And their rationale is that artists have always experimented with creative tools, and AI is no exception. They noted that this is an important first step in protecting human creativity. So why do we care about the pros? The pros are the entities that collect and distribute performance royalties on behalf of songwriters, composers, and publishers. This announcement trails other key AI integration music developments. So first, labels and DSPs were already moving towards using these AI products before this announcement. 2 weeks before the announcement, Spotify announced partnerships with all the major labels, Sony, Warner, UMG, to create and develop AI music tools. So it seems like, the private market was already moving in this direction. I know some of y'all are like, what on earth does this have to do with politics? And the politics really become apparent with this next development. 2, the Trump administration is pressing forward with the removal of head of copyright Shira Perlmutter. Now, who is Shira Perlmutter? Shira Perlmutter was the head of the U.S. Copyright Office, and she was a good friend of the pros because she shared the concern that AI was being unlawfully trained on copyrighted data. The AI companies told Shira earlier in the year that it would cripple their ability to compete more globally. Her and her team published a report on May 9th basically outlining her stance. Copyrighted works cannot be used to train AI models unless the AI companies pay license to the existing copyright holders. The following day, she receives the can. She gets an email notifying that she's been terminated effective immediately. So the politics should be apparent now. Shira clearly believes that there should be some checks on these AI companies, and she thinks that the current legal framework, the license check, is sufficient to do so. AI companies don't like that. Donald Trump does not like that because as our economy increasingly goes to this bet on AI, and remove penal impediments to that private sector growth. So Shira files a lawsuit. The district court upheld the firing of Shira. The DC Circuit Court on September 10th blocked the removal of Shira from her position and saying that she can act as the head of copyright until her case is resolved. A day before, ASCAP and BMI announced the Trump administration requested SCOTUS to hear the case, and we know the composition of SCOTUS, so it'll be interesting to see if they side with the president on this issue. 3 is the lack of pro-uniform. SESAC and GRM, 2 other performing rights organizations, didn't sign on to this partial AI registration agreement. While they did recently sign on to the large copyright database SongView, which was previously shared by ASCAP and BMI, they didn't get unanimous agreement among all 4 pros on this AI sign-on. Really does seem like there's tension in the ranks. I'm sure that members who had been previously invited to SESAC and GRM may be reconsidering that invitation. I'm not saying that the decision is necessarily wrong. I think we are quickly moving into a world where AI is going to be integrated in some degree, but you're taking action after the fact. It comes across as weak. This announcement is coming after the Trump administration is pressing forward with the removal of head of copyright, and after large music companies have already agreed to the creation of AI tools. An alternative approach that would have made this announcement seem more authoritative couldn't be seen like the South Korea example. Their copyright organization announced back in April of 2025 that they're not going to allow any registration of songs created with any sort of AI. So the rationale was that there are no clear legal standards or management plans regarding AI use. That's exactly what rights holders would be concerned about. All that to say, ASCAP and BMI members, you should really be staying tuned, and we should all be staying tuned on what's going on with AI and the integration into music.